staying hot.
Yeah.
Against right-handed pitching. I will not ever understand what is so difficult to grasp. The fact that Jake Brown does something good almost every time he goes up to bat.
He's being put in a position to succeed.
It's because of the spot he's being put in. I mean, LSU saw 2 lefties on Thursday and Friday. And then I think the second that the lefties come out and you put a right-handed pitcher in, Jake Brown is getting subbed into the lineup. And then you look at Saturday's game, Game 3. Cokie Riley puts out a tweet pregame, wind's blowing out to right. South Carolina's got a righty on the bump. This is a Jake Brown day. Goes yard, crushes a baseball. Jake Brown succeeding when he's going to when he's having these at bats, when he's getting these opportunities, because the head coach is putting him in the position to succeed. And I think to continue to grab onto that one storyline, but then to throw in the idea that a player is going to consider and or hit the transfer portal because he's not starting baseball games, even though, am I incorrect in thinking that Jake Brown's gotten at-bats in almost every single baseball game LSU's played this season, right?
Yeah.
Like almost every. But for some reason, it's being put out in the ether that I wouldn't be surprised if he hits the transfer portal. Why is that even like? Why even talk about that? Why create a storyline out of one that doesn't exist? The guy's getting at bats and successful ones at that because his coach is putting him in a position to. And I guarantee you, Jake fully understands that. He understands the position he's getting put in. Josh Pearson hits better against left-handed pitching. I think it's been pretty confirmed over the last couple of weekends when Pearson goes up, he puts together good at-bats, and he gets hits against lefties from the left side.
As of last Saturday.
Let's hear it.
Brown hitting 207 against lefties, Pearson hitting a cool 333.
I mean,
the numbers don't lie. Like, that's too big of a gap to say, well, I just want to see him play every day.
Right.
It's not the point. Just because you like him or you like what he does when he plays in a significantly different circumstance, as opposed to, well, just throw him out there and let him be a star.
Right.
You've put him up against left-handed pitching. He hits 207. You have another guy on your roster who, if he had hit the transfer portal before the year, you'd be pissed.
Yes.
You have a guy in Pearson that stuck around and played national championship games. Yeah, you're just going to get opportunities. And, yeah, he hits left-handed pitching well. 333 is nothing to sneeze at.
No.
And so you put in your best players in the best spots that make them great. That's what the coach is doing.
And it's working.
You can go back through the year and look at how many times Pearson was up in lefty-lefty matchups where you're like, oh, who else would you want up? He puts him in there because he knows he can succeed. And he does it time after time, whether it's starting a rally at the first pitch swing or drawing a walk or doing whatever Josh Pearson does because he continues to get on base and plays the game the right way. But it's like, I like what the other one does better. 207?
Yeah.
Now, if it's you turn the pitcher around and it's righty, and then this was the conversation where you're keeping Pearson in, that's not what's happening.
It's not.
There's nothing to bitch about. And then to do the transfer portal bullshit that you're just making up.
Unbelievable.
Like, the conjecture that you're causing by just saying something and not respecting the position that you've put yourself in, where people do take your word to mean something, and then to just throw it out there and then walk away, is bullshit. Like,
no, I agree.
There's been I've spoken to Jake Brown. Like, there's not a whisper of that. And when he hit the portal, whenever Pearson's graduating, he's going to start every day next year.
Like that.
You're going to walk away from an LSU team? Where's he from?
Sulphur, Louisiana.
Like,
2-hour drive.
Ole Miss. Like, why? What connection does he have there?
No, I'm with you.
Just fucking irresponsible.
It is. It is to
can't play with somebody's life like that.
To create a conversation out of one that does not exist in this day and age, in this era that college sports are in. Like, why create a conversation that literally does not exist, is not being had anywhere other than where you're creating it. Like, Jake Brown gets to hit every game. South Carolina pitched a right-handed pitcher on Saturday, and guess who was in the lineup? Jake Brown.
He played well.
Did he play well? Yeah, because he's being put in the position by his head coach to do so. And I guarantee you, Jake Brown appreciates that from his head. Now, do you think the competitive nature of the player wants to be out there every single at-bat a game, get 5 of them, and get to play in the field the whole game? Of course. Of course. But he's still getting to be put in the position to be successful. And this is the part. He trusts his head coach. Jay Johnson, from day one, especially with this year, this 2025 LSU baseball team, has had them bought into his message as early as I can remember. Preseason. We've been saying that since the beginning of the year, that Jay Johnson's got a really strong grasp on this team, this roster. They're bought into his message. You can see it. Think back to Ashton Larson versus Alabama. It's a guy that we thought was going to be in a similar position to Jake Brown, where the conversation was going to be every single day. That didn't pan out, but he gets put in the position against Alabama to succeed, and guess what he does? He succeeds.
Dalton Beck.
Why
did people are screaming for him to play more?
I mean, he got one AB against Tennessee, and it was almost a 2-run single.
It did the notion of, we'll put him out there and let him figure it out. What coach in what world at this stage of the season says, "Oh, I'll let him figure it out"?
What's today? May 19th. We're going to figure it out on May 19th.
Now I've decided.
The last series of the regular
season. When your
season
season starts. Now
let's start figuring it out.
Let him struggle.
Yeah. You know what? Put Bear Jones back at third.
Yeah.
Let's figure it out. You don't want to figure that out. But we can figure out, 207 against lefties. When there's 333 right there.
And, even Tiger Droppings is having, good takes on this. That's
what you got?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I feel like it's pretty obvious.
It's just the numbers are the numbers. You can't.
It's the most undeniable thing in a sport. You can argue eye test. You can argue what you see, his approach. You can whatever. You can't argue the numbers. They're right there, etched in stone.
And you have a big enough sample size of both guys. They have the similar amount of at-bats against left-handed pitching. Pearson's batting 100 points higher. It's not like he hasn't had opportunities when you look at Jake Brown, and I love Jake Brown. But the way that the lineup is constructed, the way the team is built, this is the best way you could construct it to win.
Yeah. When a right-handed pitcher gets put in the game, guess who's getting to pinch hit? Guess who's getting subbed in every time?
Do you know how advantageous that is to be able to have somebody like Jake Brown be able to come off the bench, where if you're the coach on the other side, I can't put in a righty.
Right.
He's going to put Brown in. You have a move for a move. And if you keep a lefty in, I like Pearson's chances.
It's a chess match. It really is. And you've got
you have an extra piece on the board.
And it's just chilling there. So the second he moves one piece, game over.
Yeah, Project P. Shout out. It's almost as if Jay is trying to maximize each guy's opportunity and put them in the best position to succeed. Brown will have time on the Cape this summer to face lefties. Right now, it's not the time to throw away at bats for future development. It's not. That's exactly right. He has plenty of time to go figure out left-handed pitching for next year. Not right now.
Yep. Read that first line again of that one.
Yeah, it's the most sentient thing I've ever read on this website. It's almost as if Jay is trying to maximize each guy's opportunity and put them in the best position to succeed. That's his job.
That's literally the job description of a head coach in any sport at any level. Maximize the potential of the guys on your roster by putting them in positions to succeed. Jake Brown, more likely than not, will succeed against a right-handed pitcher rather than a left-handed pitcher. So when there's a pitcher that throws with this hand on the mound, Jake Brown swinging from this side will face him. And he'll have success. Now, when there's a pitcher on the mound that throws with this one, and Jake Brown's hitting from the same side as him, he doesn't succeed quite as much. And you've got another guy on your roster that does. It's pretty simple.
It's literally I don't care. I want it I don't care. I want to see what I want.
Like in basketball, they have something called offensive and defensive subs at the end of games. Now, this is different, but it's a similar thing. And, like, I remember when I was watching LSU versus Kentucky that year that they went undefeated, and they had Karl Anthony Towns and Devin Booker and this whole thing. At the end of the game, they were taking Karl Anthony Towns out of the game, who was their best player, wanted to be the number 1 overall pick, to put Dakari Johnson in. And I was like, what are they doing? It was because Cat had 4 fouls, and Dakari was a better defender. But then the second that there was a foul taken and Kentucky's going back on offense, Cat's back in the game to score. Like, it's pretty simple, man. It's matchups to create success. And LSU's done it.